Hello, and welcome back to the writer Albert Lanier channel. And more importantly, Outro, the show about shows, the show dealing with shows right here on the writer Albert Lanier channel. I, of course, am the writer Albert Lanier, here with another episode of Outro and talking about another YouTube show that I was on recently. The videos should be coming out because they're going to be, I think, the full interview plus, I think, individual downloads. It's the RME channel. It's Rodney and Melissa Evolving channel. And I was there doing an interview. Actually, did it a couple days ago, dealing with, I guess, my anniversary a little, but doing film festivals. Being a film reviewer, and also, interestingly enough, talking about Umar Johnson. Now, if you're not aware, and it's something I really haven't talked about, in fact, I haven't talked about Umar in interview in 5 years, the first time I talked about it. I wrote a piece about Umar Johnson in July, I believe, in 2020 called Catch Him If You Can, The Life and Lies of Umar Johnson. And so we talked about that. The reason why was because I did the show. I did RME channel, and you can go to the RME channel to check this out. But I did the channel because they had done an interview with Lilo Brancato Jr., actor who was in the movie A Bronx Tale. He was in some other movies, Renaissance Man, Crimson Tide. But I saw a review they did. They also had done a review with a woman who had been involved with Umar Johnson. I guess that was a notorious interview. So it was the interview with Lilo Brancato Jr. that got me to do the interview on the channel because, as anyone who's followed this channel understands, I have my Substack newsletters, Final Cut, and of course, Retro Review. And I always have to market. I got to get the word out. And so I thought that might be a good channel to do an interview on. And so I contacted them. They got back to me. We did the interview a couple days ago. And I had a great time. I really loved doing it. It was very different talking to Rodney and Melissa. Number one, I don't know that I've ever talked to a couple before. I've been interviewed on radio shows, podcasts, talk shows, other kinds of programs over a period of 15 years. I've never had a situation like that where I've talked to a couple. And I enjoyed it because it was more of a real conversation. Not that I haven't had other conversations on other shows. I mean, episodes of Outro. I've had a lot of great interviews over the years, but this was a lot of fun because I was talking with two people and it felt like I was having a conversation simply with two people. That's what I really loved about it. So Rodney and Melissa were great, and they are great. Check out their channel if you can. It's RME, Rodney and Melissa Evolving channel. And so that interview should be, I just took a look at it, which is why I'm doing this episode right now. I took a look at the full interview. Should be coming out either today or tomorrow as I'm taping this. But it was a very, very good interview. I had a lot of fun doing the show. I was there, of course, like I mentioned before, hate to repeat, but if we're talking about Umar Johnson, he likes to repeat as well 3 times. I won't say 3 times in a row. But I was talking about, of course, my newsletters, Final Cut, and Retro Review. My podcast, I think I mentioned The Write-Off. And talked about Umar. I hadn't talked about Umar in a long time. And I don't know how this is going to be received or what the impact, if there's going to be any impact of the interview. Most of the time I go on shows and I do interviews, I don't think about how people respond to it or if they respond or anything. But this might be a little different because I'm talking about Umar, and Umar is blown up on YouTube. Everyone and their uncle in some quarters, in some facets, in some spaces of YouTube are talking about Umar Johnson. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Um, so I don't really know how this is going to be received or how it is, but I really enjoyed doing it. It was kind of the first part of it was talking about actually not simply writing newsletters and doing Final Cut. It was really about really doing film festivals, reviewing, being a film reviewer and covering film festivals. And I talked a little about my background prior to that, having learned filmmaking at the age of 12 and 13. And instead of becoming a filmmaker, which I really wasn't able to do, I ended up, kind of parlaying all that interest in movies and films. I parlayed that into kind of covering film festivals and reviewing when I became a journalist, when I became a writer. So I got to talk about that a little bit, which was good. I've talked a little about that in interviews last year when I was talking about my 30th anniversary. This month, actually, August is my 31st anniversary as a writer. So it was a nice way to help celebrate my anniversary. Even though that it's not a party, but it really was a nice way to celebrate it or to help celebrate it. So all in all, I had a really good time doing the RME channel, Rodney and Melissa Evolving channel. I advise you to take a look at it. Go to RME channel. Like I said, they'll probably do the full interview, and they're also going to do uploads, so individual videos chunks are going to be put up, from what I understand. So I'm looking forward to all that. Like I said, I took a look at the interview itself. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Again, I was on the RME channel. I was talking about not only being a film reviewer, but also going to film festivals, and strangely enough, Umar Johnson. So if you want to check that out, go to the RME channel. I don't know if they've uploaded it yet. I don't know if they put it up yet, but I'm sure they'll put it up at some point. Um, uh, Check out the RME channel. That's the Rodney and Melissa Evolving channel, RME channel. I don't think my name's going to be up there in terms of the channel title itself, but I think it'll be August 19th. So that's all you need to know. Again, had a great time on the RME channel. Enjoyed doing the interview. Loved it. Love to go back if they want me back. And again, that's been another episode of Outro, the show about shows. I, of course, am the writer Albert Lanier, and that's a wrap on this edition of Outro. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, folks.